kiddos, I'm so excited to have you here with me for Storytime. Today we're going to be reading The Impatient Bear by Korey Jones. Ready? Here we go. School is out, sang Zoe Bear as cheers and shouts ran through the air. Of all the school-aged bears in town, not one was found to wear a frown. Patient bears they'd been year-round, no harder working bears were found. With summer here and fun at hand, bags were packed and trips were planned. Zoe knew just where he'd go, to his uncle's farm to see things grow. Far, far away, Zoe would fly on a big jet plane. He'd soar through the sky. Uncle Quid met Zoe once the plane had landed. Then they drove to the farm where the seeds would be planted. Uncle Quid, I can hardly wait. May I grow carrots beside the green gate? You may grow carrots, but patience you'll need, for not much grows on the farm with speed. So on his knees and with his thumb, Zoe made holes one by one. Into each hole he planted a seed, then covered them up with the soil they'd need. He stood on his feet to admire his work and walked to the end of the row of dirt. Corn is here and carrots are there. Looks good to me, said the small gray bear. Come look at my row, the excited bear said as Uncle Quid came out of the shed. Look what you did, said Quid. The seeds in the dirt you perfectly hid. Uncle Quid, I don't mean to fret, but can you tell me if they're growing yet? It'll take some time, said the older bear. They'll need plenty of water and patience and care. It wasn't long till the sun went down, and after dinner their pillows they found. All through the night in the little bear's head, carrots and corn danced in his head. When morning had come, the uncle got up. He sat at the table and sipped from his cup. He was rested and ready for the new day to begin, but wondered if maybe his nephew had slept in. He walked to the window to watch the sunrise, then saw the small bear doing something unwise. Out in the garden where Zoe had planted, a curious bear was very enchanted. He had to know if his seeds had grown, so into the dirt he dug where he'd sown. Feeling a seed his fingers had found, with no patience to wait, he plucked it from the ground. He lifted the seed up close to his eye to see if some changes he'd be able to spy. This isn't a carrot, he said with a shout, or corn on the cob, he said with a pout. Pushing it back in the dirt once more, he covered it up as he'd done before. Seed after seed he pulled from the ground, but not one had grown. No change could be found. Day after day to the garden he went, but each time he did, he was never content. The seeds were always the same as before. They never quite looked like the carrots in the store. Even when weeks had come and gone, his daily check told him something was wrong. He watched as Uncle Quid's garden grew, but something was wrong with his, he knew. The corn in his uncle's garden was tall, but Zoe's rows showed no corn at all. What's wrong with my garden? Asked the little bear, as he looked at his uncle, who sat in a chair. Said Uncle Quid, patience is needed. To grow a garden, time must be heeded. Patience? Asked Zoe. What does it mean? Is it purple or blue, or can it be seen? It's not a color or something to touch, but when it's not there, we notice it much. Patience means waiting while keeping your charm. It's not giving up while working the farm. It's waiting for carrots to grow in their place, giving them time to grow at their pace. Uncle Quid's words were ever so true, for when harvest time came, none of Zoe's seeds grew. They never had time to grow as they should. They'd not been allowed to grow like they could. Zoe helped with Uncle Quid's corn, but all the while his heart was torn. If I had been patient and not in a hurry, if I had been patient, not given to worry, if patience had been inside my heart, then carrots and corn would fill my cart. Uncle Quid had more to say, and so they stopped along the way. Zoe Bear, you've much to learn, but lessons are taught on every turn, from doing your homework and doing it well, to patiently waiting for the afternoon bell. You're such a good bear. I believe in you. You've learned other lessons, and you'll learn this one too. What a lesson the summer had brought. Look what the carrots and corn had taught. My dear Uncle Quid, I just want to say, thank you so much for letting me stay. Thank you for being so patient with me. I learn much better if there's something to see. With summer gone and school to start, Zoe packed his bags and prepared to depart. So with big bear hugs, the bears said goodbye. And then Zoe's plane flew into the sky. As he sat in the plane, he thought of next year and knew just what to do when summer was here. He'd go back to the farm and plant seeds in a row, but this time with patience, he'd allow them to grow. Thank you guys so much for reading this story with me. I hope you have a great day.